The power of 5 a.m. How waking up early changed a poor man's life. Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m., full of motivation, but ended up pressing snooze and waking up at 8 feeling guilty? You've probably heard that successful people wake up early. Maybe you've tried it many times, but you always return to old habits. You tell yourself, I'm not a morning person, I need sleep. But what if the first hour of your day could change your entire life? What if your future is decided before the sun rises? This is the story of a man who had nothing until waking up early became his turning point. In a small factory town, there lived a 32-year-old man named Thomas. He worked as a night security guard at a textile warehouse. Every night at 8 p.m., he reported for duty. Every morning at 6 a.m., tired and empty, he walked home. His pay was barely enough to survive. He lived in a tiny one-room apartment with a broken fan, an old mattress on the floor, and a weak light bulb. His clothes were worn out. His shoes had holes. But his biggest problem wasn't money. It was feeling stuck. Every morning as he walked home, he saw other people starting their day. Families eating breakfast, children going to school, men leaving for office jobs. Thomas always thought, is this all my life will be? He tried to change. He applied for better jobs, but with only a high school education, no one hired him. He wanted to learn new skills, but after working all night, he was too tired to do anything except sleep. His mother called him every week from the countryside. "Thomas, when will your life improve?" she asked. He always replied, "Soon, Mama, I'm trying." But deep inside, he didn't know how. Thomas wasn't lazy. He worked hard every night. But hard work alone wasn't changing his life. He felt like he was living backwards, sleeping while the world moved forward. One thought kept coming back. There must be another way. One cold morning, as Thomas was leaving work, his sister called. "Thomas, come home. Mama collapsed. She's in the hospital." He rushed to the village. His mother was weak but awake. The doctor said she fainted from exhaustion and stress. She needed medicine they couldn't afford. Holding Thomas's hand, she whispered, "My son, don't waste your life like I did. Find a way. Promise me." Something broke inside Thomas. Not sadness, but anger at his helpless life. Outside the clinic, it was 5 a.m. The village was quiet. Farmers were heading to their fields. Birds were singing. In that quiet moment, Thomas made a decision. No more. I will change my life. On the bus back to town, Thomas noticed a well-dressed man reading a book. It was Mr. Chen, a successful businessman. What surprised Thomas was the time, 6 a.m. He gathered courage and asked, "Sir, why are you traveling so early?" Mr. Chen smiled. "I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I use the morning to read, think, and plan." "But don't you need sleep?" "I sleep at 9 p.m. That's enough." When Mr. Chen learned about Thomas's night job, he said, "You're awake when the world sleeps and asleep when the world works. That's why you're stuck." Then he shared a secret. 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. are magic hours. That's when you build your future. He gave Thomas a simple plan and his phone number. The next day, Thomas did something new. He stayed awake during the day. He met Mr. Chen at a cafe. Mr. Chen explained, 2 hours every morning equals 14 hours a week, 60 hours a month, and over 700 hours a year. That's like gaining 3 extra months every year. Then he gave the system. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., learn a skill that can change your income. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., exercise, read, plan, and apply what you learned. And 3 rules. Wake up at 5 a.m. every day, no excuses. Sleep by 9 p.m. The first week will be painful. Push through it. After 21 days, it becomes normal. After 90 days, it becomes who you are. Mr. Chen looked at Thomas seriously. "I'm giving you 3 months. 3 months of waking at 5 a.m., building skills in hour 1, building yourself in hour 2. After 3 months, come back to me. Show me what you've built. If you've actually done the work, I'll help you find a better job. If you quit, don't bother calling. Success goes to people who show up when it's hard."
Thomas felt the weight of the challenge, but also, for the first time in years, he felt something else. Purpose. "I'll do it," he said. "I won't quit." "We'll see," Mr. Chen said with a knowing smile. "Everyone says that." The next morning, Thomas's alarm screamed at 5 a.m. His entire body protested. His mind whispered, "Just one more hour, you're so tired." But he remembered his mother's face in the hospital, Mr. Chen's challenge, his own promise. He threw off the blanket and stood up. The first week was agony. Thomas dragged himself awake each morning, his body aching from lack of sleep. At 5 a.m., while it was still dark, he sat at his small table with his phone, watching free Excel tutorials on YouTube. His eyes burned, his mind wandered, but he didn't stop. At 6 a.m., he forced himself to walk around his neighborhood for 30 minutes. Then he read articles about accounting, a skill he had chosen to learn because every business needed it. By 7:30 a.m., he went to bed, slept until 2 p.m., prepared for his night shift at 3 p.m. The cycle repeated. It was exhausting. It was lonely. Nobody understood why he was doing this. But something changed around day 20. One morning, Thomas woke up at 4:58 a.m., 2 minutes before his alarm. His body had adapted, and for the first time, he didn't feel resentment. He felt ready. The Excel tutorials started making sense. He was learning formulas, data analysis, and basic accounting principles. He completed his first online certificate. His morning walks became something he looked forward to. The sunrise, the quiet streets, the feeling that while everyone else was sleeping, he was building. By the end of month 2, Thomas had completed 3 online courses in accounting and Excel. He had lost weight from daily walking. His mind felt sharper. His confidence grew. People at work noticed. "Thomas, you look different, healthier. What changed?" He smiled. "I'm changing my life 2 hours at a time." In the 3rd month, Thomas applied what he learned. He created a simple Excel spreadsheet to organize the warehouse inventory, something his company had never done properly. He showed it to his supervisor. The supervisor was impressed. "Thomas, how did you learn this?" "I wake up at 5 a.m. and teach myself." Word reached the warehouse manager, then the owner. On day 87 of Thomas's 5 a.m. journey, his supervisor called him into the office. "Thomas, we're expanding our accounting department. We need someone who understands our warehouse operations and has basic bookkeeping skills. The job is yours if you want it. Day shift. Double your current salary." Thomas stood there speechless. 3 months ago, he was a hopeless night guard. Now he was being offered an office job. "When do I start?" he managed to say. "Next Monday." That evening, Thomas called Mr. Chen. "Mr. Chen, I did it. 90 days. I never missed a single 5 a.m. wake up, and today I got promoted." There was a pause, then Mr. Chen's voice, proud and warm. "I knew you would. You had the look of someone ready to change. Now remember, don't stop waking at 5. That's not a strategy. That's your life now." "I won't stop. This is who I am now." 1 year later, Thomas had become the company's lead accountant. He had saved enough money to move his mother to town, get her proper medical care, and rent a decent 2-bedroom apartment. Every morning at 5 a.m., he still woke up, not because he had to, but because those 2 hours were sacred. That's when he learned new software, read business books, and planned his future. His coworkers would ask, "Thomas, why do you wake up so early? You've already succeeded." He would smile and say, "Success is not a destination. It's a daily practice, and mine begins at 5 a.m. My friend, Thomas's story is proof of something powerful. Your life can change. Not someday, not when circumstances improve. Right now, starting tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Here's what most people don't understand. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even hard work. It's how you use the time when everyone else is sleeping. Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., the world is quiet. No notifications, no meetings, no distractions. Your willpower is at its peak. Your mind is fresh. This is when you do the work that changes your trajectory. Successful people know this. That's why CEOs, athletes, and leaders wake up early, not because they're superhuman, because they understand that winning the morning means winning the day. So, here's your challenge, the same challenge Mr. Chen gave Thomas. Step 1. Set your alarm for 5 a.m., not 5:15, not 5:30, exactly 5 a.m., and put your phone across the room so you have to stand up to turn it off. Step 2. Decide what you'll build in your first hour. A skill you need, a business idea, a certification course. Choose one thing, just one, and commit to it for 90 days. Step 3. Protect your 9 p.m. bedtime. You can't wake up early if you sleep late. Cut the Netflix, skip the endless scrolling. Sleep is not your enemy. Wasted evenings are. I promise you this. If you wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for 90 days and use those 2 hours intentionally, your life will not look the same. Maybe you won't become a millionaire. Maybe you won't get promoted immediately, but you will become someone different, stronger, more disciplined, more capable. And that person can achieve anything. Thomas had nothing, no degree, no connections, no money, just a choice to wake up early and build. You have more than he had. You're watching this video, which means you have internet, education, and opportunity. The only question is, will you use it, or will you hit snooze tomorrow and wonder 5 years from now why nothing changed? If you're ready to join the 5 a.m. club, hit that like button right now as your commitment. Then drop a comment telling me, what will you build in your first hour tomorrow? Let's hold each other accountable. I'll be checking the comments. Share this video to someone who says they want to change but never does. Maybe this is the push they need. And subscribe to this channel because every week I bring you stories of people who transformed their lives in the exact strategies they used. Remember Thomas's words, success is not a destination, it's a daily practice, and that practice begins at 5 a.m. Will you be awake? Your future self is waiting on the other side of that alarm clock. Don't make them wait another day.